Okay, friends, so same rules as yesterday, only we're going to have a little more fractions. When you multiplied with the same sign, you ended up with two positive numbers. Same thing or you end up with a positive answer. Same thing of when we divide with the same sign. It's positive. So a -6 divided by a -2. Dividing two negatives gives you a positive. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Just like if I divided by two positives, you're not going to make it negative. So the same sign multiplied or divided is a positive. The same sign, opposite signs, I lied to you. Opposite signs multiplied or divided gives you a negative. So if I do a -15 divided by a +3, those are opposite signs. We know how to divide. It's a negative. It's not the bigger number. That's when we add or subtract. If I did a 16 divided by a -4, it's a positive divided by a negative. It's still going to be negative, just like yesterday. You guys did really well with this. I think your middle school teachers would be proud how you remembered it. Okay, so same thing. Instead of multiplying, we're dividing. Same thing with the signs. What is a positive divided by a negative? Thank you, Serenity. -3. Yes, -3. Enjoy this easy lesson because it's going to get tougher. How about a -42 divided by a +7? What do we have? Jacob? Positive or negative, my friend? Thank you. How about a -8 divided by a -2? What do you think? Home. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And is it positive or negative? Yeah, same thing. If it would have been 8 times 2, it still would have been positive. Just wouldn't have been 4. All righty. Lily, is this letter D positive or negative? Because it's a positive divided by negative, should be 1. Any takers for E, M? Yes, because a positive divided by, or a negative divided by negative is a positive. 3 goes into 39 if you needed it. 13 times. Good. And again, this is the last new lesson of no calculator, and then we are moving on. So the main part of this lesson isn't the signs, because we learned it yesterday, but it's dealing with fractions. But we did them yesterday. We just have one more step. One more. Do you remember keep, change, flip, or keep, change from your past math careers? Does that sound familiar? Yeah. I taught it as skip it, switch it, flip it. It kind of reminds me of that toy you had that had the, what, Bob, were you? Bop it. Is that it? Oh, I loved Bop It. Yeah, where you put it on one leg and you tried to jump. I never could do that, but that's what skip it, switch it. I loved Bop It.
I can't remember what that's called.
What was that?
It's toilet roll.
No, it's called skip it.
Skip it. See, skip it, switch it, flip it.
I thought I saw people with that around their ankle, but it wasn't.
It was an ankle. Okay. So, however you learned it, keep, change, change. Keep, change, flip.
Skip, flip it, flip it.
Yes. I don't know. My niece was really good at that. Keep, change, flip. However you learned it, this is nothing new. We're just applying it with our sign number rules. So, is our answer going to be positive or negative since this guy's positive and this guy's negative being divided? Positive or negative? Please, don't everybody do it at once. Core response, everybody.
7.
Negative. I'm not sure it's 7. Well, that's the jury's still out. So, we keep the first, change the division to multiplication, and flip. I would write the sign down first so you don't forget to go back and do it. So if I keep, change, and flip, we already took care of the sign. What is 4 times 3, my friends?
12.
2 times 3? If you leave me a negative 12.6, you get most credit, but you are smarter than that and more classy math students. What is 12 divided by 6?
2.
So your answer that I would love to see is a negative 2. But when you go to do your homework tonight, I bet you some of you, 90% of you, are just going to hurry through it and cancel out what you can and be done. But you got to remember to keep, change, flip. Is this answer going to be positive or negative, guys?
Negative.
Because it's a negative and a positive being divided. What is a negative 2 times 5, everybody?
10.
We shouldn't even need our charts. 3 times 3?
9.
So nothing to reduce. 10 ninths. Negative. All right, we have one more to do, and then we'll let you get a few minutes for your homework evens, and we'll give you all the papers back we owe you. Let's do one more. Maddie, pick A, B, or C, please. That's what the other class picked. Okay. What you have to remember is if you have more than one operation in your numerator or denominator, you have to remember there's an imaginary set of parentheses. And then you have to make a mental note that you're going to probably need to follow PEMDAS. What does it tell me to put in for Z?
Negative 3.
Okay, so what happens when a letter and a number are back to back? Multiply. So put the dot in or else you're going to think it's 23. What do they want me to put in for the X?
8.
8. So those of you that I fussed at that didn't show me work, there's no way to do this without showing that work that I'm showing. And for Y, they want a negative 5. Remember, 2 and a Y back to back means multiply. What am I going to do first with the 2 times negative 3 plus 8, Serenity? Yes, and a positive times a negative is a negative, so the numerator becomes a negative 6 plus 8. What does the denominator become, friends? Negative 10. All right. Who remembers what a negative 6 plus 8 is? Is it a positive 2 or a negative 2?
Negative 2.
Positive, right? Because unlike signs, you subtract and take the sign of the larger number. 8 is bigger. I was thinking 14. I meant to say 14. Okay. We had the negative 10. Are you going to leave me that answer, or can we reduce it just a tad? 5 to 1/5. So that means everybody has a factor of 2, and it's a negative. So, I bet tomorrow any ones you miss are going to be because you didn't reduce fractions. We'll take care of that. We'll review tomorrow. Test on Friday. Here's the deal. Your homework is only the evens. Only